Over 40% of seniors in the United States are living paycheck to paycheck after retirement. Surprised? You're not alone. Many retirees unknowingly adopt financial habits that drain their savings, leaving them struggling in their golden years. Today, an experienced accountant is here to reveal 7 money habits that are keeping seniors broke, and most importantly, how you can turn things around before it's too late. This isn't just about numbers, it's about giving you the freedom to enjoy your retirement. Let's dive in. Meet Carol. She spent over 30 years in education, pouring her heart into her students, dreaming of the day she could finally retire and take it easy. After decades of hard work, she was ready for her well-deserved rest. But just a few years into retirement, Carol found herself struggling to make ends meet. It wasn't supposed to be this way, right? She had planned, saved, and thought she was prepared. So what went wrong? Carol realized that some of her everyday financial habits, ones she didn't even consider problematic, were actually sabotaging her retirement. From ignoring small expenses to not planning for the unexpected, Carol fell into the trap that too many seniors face. But here's the thing, Carol isn't alone. You might be unknowingly falling into the same traps. In today's video, we're going to walk through the 7 money habits that kept Carol and many others broke after retirement. And more importantly, we'll show you how to avoid these habits and take control of your financial future. If you're ready to protect your golden years and live the retirement you deserve, stick with us. And don't forget, if you find this information helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more valuable tips on how to live your best life after 60. One of the first things Carol discovered was that she didn't have a strict budget. Like so many others, she assumed her pension and savings would last her comfortably throughout retirement. But after a few months, Carol started to notice that the money wasn't going as far as she had planned. She didn't have a clear idea of where her money was going each month, and slowly the small expenses began to add up. Things like extra coffee runs, impulse purchases, and occasional dining out weren't a big deal at first, but over time they chipped away at her savings. Without tracking her spending, Carol couldn't see where she could cut back or adjust to make her money last longer. If you're finding yourself in a similar situation, don't worry. The first step toward financial freedom in retirement is creating a budget. And here's the good news, it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, starting small can make a big difference. Create a simple monthly budget. Begin by tracking your income and expenses. It's important to know exactly how much you're bringing in each month and where your money is going. Start with your fixed expenses like utilities, insurance, mortgage or rent, healthcare premiums and groceries. These are the essentials that you can't avoid. Once you've accounted for those, then you can see how much is left for things like entertainment, dining out, or discretionary spending. This gives you a clearer picture of your financial landscape. Prioritize essentials. Make sure to always prioritize essential expenses first, like healthcare, utilities and groceries, before spending on luxuries or non-essentials. Carol learned that by cutting back on small, unnecessary expenses, she could allocate more money toward her health costs and other vital needs. It's about making those hard decisions and understanding where your priorities lie. Use budgeting tools. One of the easiest ways to stick to a budget is by using simple tools to track your finances. There are tons of apps designed for seniors that make budgeting quick and straightforward. Apps like Mint, You Need a Budget, YNAB, or even a basic spreadsheet can help you track your income and spending with minimal effort. These tools often sync with your bank account, so they automatically track your spending habits and give you insights into where you can cut back. If you prefer something more traditional, a simple pen and paper method can work too. Just remember to be consistent in updating it. Review and adjust. Your budget should be flexible. If you're finding that your expenses are higher than anticipated, don't be afraid to adjust. Maybe you can cut back on dining out or reduce your spending on entertainment. Carol, for example, decided to skip some of her monthly subscriptions and focused on enjoying free activities like gardening or walking in the park. The idea is to continually monitor your spending and make small tweaks to stay on track. Have you ever tried to stick to a budget after retirement? How did it go? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what's worked for you. One of the biggest surprises for Carol after retirement was the unexpected strain healthcare costs put on her finances. While she had planned for a comfortable retirement with her pension and savings, she hadn't fully accounted for the rising costs of prescriptions, doctor visits, and health insurance premiums. At first, she thought her Medicare plan would cover everything, but she soon realized it didn't. Medical expenses added up faster than she anticipated. Prescriptions alone were eating into her budget, not to mention the unexpected doctor visits and specialists she needed to see. These out-of-pocket expenses left Carol feeling financially stressed and uncertain about how she would keep up with them. What she didn't realize at the time was that not preparing for these costs could be one of the quickest ways to run through your savings. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, planning for healthcare costs is absolutely essential. They may not seem like a big deal at first, but they can drain your savings faster than you realize. Here are some actionable steps to help ensure your healthcare expenses don't catch you by surprise. Plan for healthcare. Start setting aside a specific portion of your savings every month for health-related expenses. This may include co-pays, prescription medications, dental visits, vision care, and even emergency care. Even if you're healthy now, it's important to be proactive. Healthcare costs tend to rise over time, and having a separate savings fund for medical needs will help prevent them from eating into your regular budget. You can determine how much to set aside by looking at your current medical expenses, as well as factoring in potential future needs, like long-term care. Supplemental insurance. While Medicare is essential for covering many health expenses, it doesn't cover everything, especially things like dental work, vision care, and some specialty medications. Carol found herself paying out of pocket for these items, which quickly added up. That's why it's so important to look into supplemental insurance, sometimes referred to as Medigap insurance, to cover the gaps in your Medicare coverage. Supplemental insurance plans can help reduce out-of-pocket costs for services like home care, prescriptions, and even hospital stays. Even if you're already enrolled in Medicare, it's worth checking to see if you need additional coverage based on your health needs. Research low-cost clinics or programs. Another great way to minimize healthcare expenses is to research low-cost or free health clinics that may be available in your area. Many communities offer affordable medical care for seniors, including flu shots, dental care, and other essential health services. Look into local senior programs, which often provide discounts or even free services for routine care. By utilizing these resources, you can reduce your healthcare spending and keep more money in your pocket. Health savings accounts, HSAs. If you're still working and have access to a health savings account, HSA, it's a good idea to take full advantage of it. An HSA allows you to save money tax-free to cover medical expenses, and the funds roll over from year to year. Even after retirement, you can continue to use your HSA to pay for qualified medical expenses. If you haven't already started one, it might be worth considering while you're still employed, as it can help ease the burden of medical costs once you retire. Long-term care insurance. If you're concerned about the cost of long-term care like nursing home or home health care, it's crucial to start planning ahead. Long-term care insurance can help protect your assets by covering the cost of assisted living or home care services. Carol didn't anticipate needing long-term care, but as she aged, it became clear that this was something she should have planned for. Many insurance policies offer coverage for long-term care, so it's a good idea to investigate options while you're still in relatively good health. Have you factored healthcare costs into your retirement plan? Share your tips below. Are there any other strategies you've used to prepare for medical expenses after 60? We'd love to hear your thoughts. One of the biggest financial pitfalls Carol faced in retirement was not having an emergency fund. Like many others, she thought she had everything planned out. But what she didn't account for were the unexpected expenses that always seemed to pop up. For Carol, it was her roof. One stormy afternoon, she noticed a leak in the ceiling, and after a visit from the repairman, she was faced with an unexpected bill for roof repairs that set her back thousands of dollars. Without an emergency fund to cover the cost, Carol had to dip into her savings, which was meant for other things like travel or hobbies. This was a huge setback, and she learned the hard way just how important it is to be prepared for life's financial surprises. When you're retired, unexpected expenses can have a major impact on your finances. Without a cushion, you risk derailing your retirement plans. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start building that cushion, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Here's what you can do to protect yourself from unforeseen costs. Start by building an emergency fund that can cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This may sound like a lot, but remember, it doesn't have to happen overnight. Begin small, set aside a small portion of your savings each month, and over time it will add up. Your emergency fund should be easily accessible, meaning you can get to it when you need it, but it should be separate from your regular checking or retirement accounts so that it's not tempting to dip into it for non-emergencies. It can cover things like unexpected home repairs, car breakdowns, or medical bills that aren't covered by insurance. Carol didn't have the luxury of an emergency fund, which made the roof repair feel like a much larger crisis. But that doesn't mean you have to face the same issue. Starting now, even with a small amount, can give you peace of mind for the future. Even if you're only able to set aside $100 a month, that's still a great start. The key is consistency. Eventually, your emergency fund will be there when life throws an unexpected expense your way. Since the money in your emergency fund needs to be accessible but safe, consider a low-risk savings account or a high-interest savings account. These accounts typically offer better interest rates than a regular checking account, which can help your emergency fund grow over time without exposing it to unnecessary risks. Look for a savings account that doesn't charge high fees, and make sure it's easily accessible so you can use the funds quickly when needed. One way to make saving for an emergency fund easier is to set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. You can choose a specific day each month to have money transferred into your emergency fund, making the process effortless. Even if you only have a small amount to put aside, automating the process ensures that you're consistently building your safety net, which will give you peace of mind when the unexpected happens. Once you've built up your emergency fund, it's important to reevaluate it from time to time. As your living expenses change, whether you downsize your home or pay off a debt, your emergency fund amount may need to be adjusted. If you have more disposable income, consider increasing the amount in your fund to keep up with your new lifestyle. Have you had a surprise expense that impacted your finances? How did you handle it? Share in the comments. We want to know how you manage the unexpected in your retirement. For many seniors, retirement feels like the time to reward themselves after decades of hard work. Carol was no exception. After years of saving and working, she felt she deserved a few indulgences. But what she didn't realize was how easy it was to let luxuries slip into her routine. Carol started treating herself to expensive vacations, high-end gadgets and regular dining out. While these things felt like well-deserved treats, they were draining her savings at an alarming rate. At first, Carol didn't notice, but over time the small luxuries added up, leaving her with much less financial cushion than she anticipated. Before she knew it, the money she had hoped to use for a comfortable retirement was being spent on temporary pleasures rather than long-term security. Retirement is a time to enjoy life, but it's important to strike a balance between enjoying your hard-earned money and maintaining financial stability. Here's how you can cut back on unnecessary luxuries while still living a fulfilling life. Seniors often feel entitled to spend freely after working for so many years, but it's essential to recognize that every luxury you buy now has an impact on your future. Instead of splurging on expensive vacations or gadgets, focus on experiences that don't drain your wallet. For example, consider taking a staycation and exploring local attractions or spending time with family. It's about creating memories without breaking the bank. There are plenty of affordable ways to enjoy life, whether it's exploring nature, trying new hobbies, or simply spending quality time with loved ones, that don't require extravagant spending. While it's okay to treat yourself from time to time, it's important to set limits. Create a specific budget for luxury purchases and stick to it. For example, you might decide to allocate a certain amount for dining out, vacationing, or shopping for non-essential items. By having a set limit, you ensure you're not overspending while still allowing room for enjoyment. If you find it difficult to stick to these limits, consider reviewing your overall financial goals regularly. This helps keep your spending in check and make sure you don't dip into your savings or emergency fund for indulgences. As a senior, you're eligible for a wide range of discounts and deals that can help you save money on things you still want to enjoy. From discounted tickets to museums, theatres, and even restaurants, senior discounts can add up and make a big difference in your budget. Many big retailers and travel companies offer discounts specifically for seniors, so be sure to ask about them whenever you're making a purchase or booking a trip. Even small discounts can accumulate over time, freeing up more money for things like healthcare or emergency expenses. If you do decide to splurge on a major purchase, like a new gadget or a vacation, make sure you're shopping wisely. Look for sales, compare prices, and take advantage of loyalty programs or cashback offers. Instead of purchasing items on impulse, take your time and weigh the pros and cons. Carol found herself buying new gadgets simply because they were on sale, but in hindsight she realized they didn't add much value to her life. Be strategic with your big-ticket purchases and think long-term. Ask yourself if it's something you truly need or if it's just a temporary desire. While material goods can bring short-term happiness, experiences tend to create more lasting memories and satisfaction. Instead of spending large amounts on material items, consider investing in experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. Whether it's a family gathering, learning something new, or taking a local trip to explore the world around you. Experiences often have a much higher return on investment in terms of joy and memories, without depleting your savings as quickly. Do you tend to splurge on luxuries, or do you focus on saving? Let's hear your approach in the comments. What's one luxury you love to indulge in? And how do you balance it with your retirement savings? Carol's retirement savings were mostly tied up in low-interest savings accounts. She thought this was a safe and easy way to keep her money secure. But there was a major flaw. These accounts couldn't keep up with inflation. As the cost of living rose, Carol's savings didn't grow as she had hoped. In fact, she was losing money each year. She wasn't aware of other investment options that could have helped her retirement fund grow, so she missed out on opportunities that could have provided more financial security. If you're in a similar situation, you might want to reconsider how you're managing your savings. Investing is one of the best ways to protect your savings against inflation and grow your retirement fund. But you need to diversify your investments to ensure your money is working for you. Let's go over a few actionable steps you can take to make smarter investment decisions. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is putting all their money into one type of investment. For Carol, that meant relying solely on savings accounts, which didn't provide much return. The key to protecting and growing your wealth is diversification. This means spreading your investments across different types of assets, like stocks, bonds, and real estate. By diversifying, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and you reduce the risk of losing everything if one investment doesn't perform well. If you're looking for lower risk investments, bonds and dividend-paying stocks are excellent options to consider. Bonds are a stable investment that typically offer a fixed interest rate, which can help preserve your wealth. Dividend-paying stocks, on the other hand, allow you to earn regular income through dividends, which can be particularly beneficial for seniors looking for steady cash flow. Both are solid options to add to your retirement portfolio, offering the potential for growth without taking on too much risk. Real estate is another great way to diversify your retirement portfolio. Rental properties, for instance, can provide a steady stream of passive income while also offering the potential for property value appreciation over time. If you don't want to actively manage rental properties, you could also consider investing in real estate investment trusts, REITs, which allow you to invest in real estate without the hassle of managing physical properties. By exploring this option, Carol could have generated additional income while also having an asset that appreciates over time. Annuities can be a reliable way to guarantee a steady income stream throughout retirement. With an annuity, you make a lump sum payment to an insurance company in exchange for a fixed monthly payment for a set period or for life. While they are not for everyone, annuities can offer peace of mind for seniors who are concerned about running out of money in retirement. Carol could have used annuities as a way to supplement her income and have a more predictable cash flow. It's important to work with a financial advisor to determine if an annuity is a good fit for your overall retirement strategy. If you're unsure where to start or what investments are right for you, consulting with a financial advisor can make all the difference. A professional can help you assess your financial situation, set goals, and create a diversified investment plan tailored to your needs. Carol didn't have the benefit of a financial advisor, but by working with one, she could have explored more investment options and made smarter decisions with her money. It's never too late to seek professional advice and improve your financial strategy. Do you invest your retirement funds? What's worked for you? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's help each other build better financial futures. Carol thought her Social Security benefits would cover all her expenses during retirement. After all, she worked hard for those benefits her entire career, and she expected them to be enough. But she soon realized that Social Security alone wasn't nearly enough to meet her needs. The monthly payments didn't keep up with inflation, and unexpected costs like rising healthcare expenses and home repairs started to add up. As a result, Carol had to dip into her savings more often than she planned, and her retirement didn't feel as secure as she hoped. It's not uncommon for retirees to believe that Social Security will be their primary source of income, but in reality, relying solely on Social Security can lead to financial struggles. Here's how you can avoid that pitfall and build a more secure retirement. While Social Security can be an important part of your retirement income, it should never be your only source. The average Social Security benefit is often far less than what you need to cover all your living expenses, especially if you're used to a higher income in your working years. Instead of relying on it for everything, consider supplementing it with other income sources. This will help ensure you have the financial flexibility to handle unexpected expenses and maintain your desired lifestyle. Many retirees find that part-time work or freelancing can provide a meaningful income boost without fully re-entering the workforce. Whether it's a hobby that can turn into a business or a part-time job that fits into your schedule, earning some extra money can give you more breathing room in your budget. Carol didn't consider this option, but she could have easily picked up a flexible job like tutoring, consulting, or even babysitting to add to her income without overcommitting herself. If you have extra space in your home, renting out a room or even your entire home on platforms like Airbnb could provide additional income. This is a great way to make use of space that isn't being utilized and can help cover a significant portion of your living expenses. Carol could have rented out a spare bedroom to help supplement her Social Security income, which would have helped her stay financially stable. As inflation continues to rise, your retirement income will need to keep up. Make sure to budget for potential increases in costs, especially for healthcare and utilities. Carol didn't plan for these changes and struggled when prices rose. To avoid this, revisit your retirement savings strategy regularly. Consider working with a financial advisor to adjust your plan based on your current needs and projected future expenses. How much do you rely on Social Security in your retirement? Has it been enough to cover your costs, or have you found ways to supplement it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. One of the biggest mistakes Carol made during her retirement was not seeking professional financial advice. After decades of handling her own finances, she thought she could manage everything on her own in retirement. However, this led her to miss out on important opportunities, like optimizing her tax strategy and creating an estate plan. Carol could have benefited from the knowledge and expertise of a financial advisor who could have helped her save money on taxes, make smarter investment choices, and even plan for unexpected long-term expenses. Unfortunately, by going it alone, Carol found herself feeling overwhelmed when she faced complicated financial decisions, leading to costly mistakes. It's never too late to seek help from a professional who can help you manage your money and make the most of your retirement. A financial advisor can provide personalized advice based on your unique situation and goals. They can help you set realistic financial goals, optimize your investments, and navigate complex issues like tax planning and estate management. Carol could have benefited greatly by consulting a professional who would have helped her navigate her finances more effectively and avoid costly mistakes. Retirement doesn't mean your tax obligations are over. In fact, there are various tax-saving strategies that retirees often overlook. A financial advisor can help you minimize your tax burden by recommending tax-efficient investment options like Roth IRAs or tax-deferred accounts. For Carol, professional advice could have helped her reduce the amount of taxes she paid on her Social Security benefits or savings withdrawals. By planning in advance, she could have kept more of her income to cover her living expenses. One critical aspect of retirement planning that Carol missed was proper estate planning. Without an estate plan, your heirs could face unnecessary complications and expenses. A financial planner can help you create a comprehensive estate plan that ensures your assets are passed down to your loved ones according to your wishes. Carol could have saved her family from dealing with unnecessary taxes and legal fees by simply working with a professional to create a will, trust, and other important documents. If hiring a financial advisor feels daunting due to cost, there are other options available, especially for seniors. Many organizations offer free or low-cost financial counseling services tailored to retirees. These services can provide guidance on how to manage your retirement savings, reduce debt, and make your money work for you. Resources like the National Council on Aging or local community organizations may offer free counseling to help you get back on track. Another great way to get financial guidance is by attending workshops or seminars hosted by financial experts or organizations dedicated to helping retirees. Many of these events are designed to teach you valuable skills like budgeting, saving, and investing for retirement. By taking advantage of these opportunities, Carol could have gained insights into strategies that could help her maximize her savings and secure her financial future. Have you worked with a financial advisor in your retirement? How did it help you? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. By fixing these 7 common money habits, Carol was able to regain financial freedom and live comfortably after retirement. From budgeting properly to diversifying her investments and even seeking professional financial advice, Carol turned her retirement around. The key takeaway here is that it's never too late to make small, positive changes that can have a big impact. Whether it's planning for healthcare costs, saving for emergencies, or cutting back on unnecessary luxuries, you can take control of your finances and set yourself up for a more secure future. You have the power to avoid the pitfalls that keep many seniors struggling, and with the right knowledge, you can make smarter choices that ensure a peaceful and prosperous retirement. If this advice has helped you, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with someone who could use a little financial wisdom. Let's spread the word and make sure no senior gets left behind financially. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more tips and insights on how to live your best life after 60.